Juiced board. It is so much fun. What I found out about the Juiced board so far. Again, I'm a larger guy, so I didn't expect it to perform that well, being 275 pounds, but man, it performs really well. In the back there's a little switch there. I don't even know if you can see it, but in that little switch you can switch from turtle to rabbit, and then on the side you have a high-low switch there. So you actually have like 4 speed modes. The highest I've gotten speed-wise is not 20 miles an hour, it's about 18. And then of course, as the battery starts to wear down, probably about medium speed, it starts dropping down about a mile or 2 per hour. So you're not getting a consistent power all the way through the battery discharge. I had a friend of mine who's a lot smaller than me. I'm 275 pounds, you are?
150 pounds.
Ride this board too. He got about 18 miles an hour as well. So we kind of both came in about the same speed, which I was actually really impressed about, because generally a bigger guy like myself is going to slow down some, and he came in right about the same thing. Do you feel like it goes fast enough power for you?
Oh yeah, definitely. When you first get started, you almost feel like you're going to fly off, and then you catch yourself, and then you just keep going. So I have a lot of fun riding it.
But have I mentioned how much fun I'm having on this thing? One issue I have been having or noticing is between the controller and the board. Sometimes it's interference between my phone and the controller, and if I'm holding my phone next to the controller, it may have a couple of issues. Now, it doesn't go out and stay out, it just kind of is intermittent. Like right now, I lost brakes just for a minute there. Now, Juice said that the batteries they estimate should last between 20 and 30 hours for the controller. So that's quite a long time. Clearly a significant difference when it's a freshly charged battery versus when you've been riding it for some time. It does seem to still get up to speed, just not very fast. I'm gonna ride it. Once I get to 15 miles per hour, I'm gonna drop a beanbag, then I'm gonna measure out to where I dropped the beanbag. Then I'm gonna ride it a half mile, come back, do the test again, and hopefully get an idea and give you all an idea of how the discharge actually works on the Juiced board. The first test, 135 feet to get up to 15 miles per hour. After riding a half mile, test number 2 came out at 135 feet again. After test number 3, there's a 10-foot difference in acceleration. For test number 4, 1.5 miles, we're now out at 300 feet. Test number 7, 3.5 miles to my best calculation. It took 300 feet to get up to speed. After that, I came back another 300 feet, battery died. In regards to distance, I've gotten anywhere from 3.5 miles to 5 miles riding the Juiced board on a full battery charge. I think it really depends on how you're riding it, how much you're on the throttle. The 5 miles, the best range I got was in rabbit low mode. In rabbit high mode, the worst range I've gotten has been 3.5 miles. What about charging time on the battery here? Well, to go from a dead battery to a fully charged battery, it took about an hour and a half. just under an hour and a half. Now, I know Juice says though you can get a 85% charge within 45 minutes. I have no way of measuring that. I think the Juice board does pretty well with hill climbing. I went up a 6% grade hill that was a third of a mile long, and it went slow, but it went up it. And so now I'm here at the Newport Beach Pier, and I'm climbing up a hill. There's a nice little steep hill going up onto the pier, and no problem. And then it just accelerates once it gets up that hill. What about when things break? That was one of my concerns, especially if you're investing this much money in a board. And I emailed Juice about parts and components, and they said that the entire board was designed to be easily user maintained, and it's all been broken down into components. So you can easily replace different components. The batteries, the wheels, the motors, all those things can be replaced. And you can replace the wheels on the motor hubs without having to replace the motors themselves. So I think that's a big bonus, the fact that you can maintain this board and plan on having it for quite some time. In regards to my opinions about it, love it. It is so much fun, and I'm really glad I got one. So hope you enjoyed this review. Don't forget to like, comment, or subscribe.